Create a vector whose first component is twice the value of its second component. So we have a vector with a first component and a second component. They don't tell us the dimensions of this vector, so we could choose to be in R2 or R3. And I'll give answers for both, just in case you tried either one. If we're working with a vector in R2, we have two components, v1 and v2. And we're asked that the first component be twice the second component. But that is, we can double check, the only condition. So as long as we pick a value for the second component and double it for the first component, we've done what they've asked. So there are lots of possible answers. I could have the second component be 1. What is double 1? What is twice 1? 2. So if my first component is 2 and my second component is 1, that's a good answer. But that's not the only possible answer. 6, 3 would be another one, for example. Zero, 0. Because 0 is 2 times 0. So that works. Minus 10, minus 5. As long as you pick a second component, and it can be any number you want, and you double it for your first component, you've done what they've asked. Now, if it's a three-dimensional vector, and they didn't specify in the question, so you could have done either one. They're both perfectly allowed. If it's a three-dimensional vector, we still need to have the first component be double the second, but we have no condition on the third, so it could be anything we want. So there are, again, lots of answers. We could have 2 and 1. Notice that this first component, 2, is double the second component, which is 1. And we could have v3 be anything we want. How about negative 17? We could have 2, 1, and 5. Anything will do as long as it satisfies what they asked for. So 6, 3, and another 3. 8, 4, 1. The third component is entirely irrelevant. You could have minus 8, minus 4, 6. All of these are perfectly good answers. We're just trying to relate one component to another.